How is the trade line appearing on the credit report? Is it showing that something is past due? Is it showing that there's a balance owed? Is it showing that the payment history is inaccurate? It's important that we see those credit reports to identify what's going on. The next thing is that we ask you whether or not you have previously disputed what is on the report. If you have previously sent letters of dispute, it's really important to understand and get those dispute letters and then those dispute responses. So once you send those dispute letters to the credit reporting agencies, 30 to 45 days later, you should be getting responses or results back from the credit reporting agencies. So it's really important that we see not only the credit reports, we see the dispute letters, we see the dispute responses, and of course we always want an objective basis for the inaccuracy. Objective so that we can show a court or we can show a jury what is wrong with this credit report and identify the mistake in correct and present it in a manner where we provide the credit reporting agencies no opportunity or no they can't do anything except for going ahead and either deleting it or verifying it. And if they do verify it, then they'll have some issues there. If there have been any credit denials, if the consumer has been denied credit as a result of the inaccurate reporting that's appearing on the credit report, then we definitely need to see this. And then we also talk to people. We also talk to the consumer, and they understand. We also talk to the client to understand what are their desires. Some people, they care that they have a debt, and they want to make sure that they are able to try to get the debt removed. Some people care about the credit. Obviously, most people care about the credit reporting and making sure that it's corrected. Some people want to make sure that they are able to punish the defendants or to assure that this doesn't happen to anyone else. It's really important that you set expectations early by doing this pre-suit. Understand what the situation that the consumer is in, and only then are you going to be able to properly address what they need and what they want and how you're going to be able to best serve this. Again, if you have questions, send them on the chat. We'll be able to get the slide deck. I may send this out. It's kind of proprietary for us, but message me and we'll make sure we can get it to you somehow. And so pre-suit work, there's more things than just what I was mentioning over here, right? So once we do this initial due diligence, then we kind of need to evaluate what's going on, and then we make an assessment. Do we need to further dispute what's on the credit report? Have you provided a very thorough and very on point and reason for the dispute on the credit report? And to do this, it's really important to remember to just dispute. Send multiple rounds of disputes. It's very important that if you're sending something and if you believe an account on your credit report is inaccurate, send one letter per account so that this way the credit reporting agency does not get confused, and you don't want to give them any sort of excuse to be confused. If you're disputing an Old Navy trade line, then send a letter for that Old Navy trade line. If you're disputing two different trade lines, let's say an Old Navy and a Victoria's Secret trade line, then send two separate letters. Do not let the consumer reporting agencies off the hook and leave them to kind of guess what's going on. Make it very abundantly clear on the face of the dispute letter why you're disputing it. If you've paid if you've paid an account off, then write that this account has been paid off. And if you have proof, attach on the proof, and keep a copy of it for yourself and send it to the credit reporting agency. A lot of times what happens is a consumer may see that they can